Welcome back to the DUI channel. We are in Jacksonville, Florida, where on June 3rd, 2021, at 6:37 a.m., the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Communication Center began receiving calls of a suspected impaired driver operating JSO marked vehicle 1053. Additional calls were received claiming that the vehicle was swerving and displaying other dangerous driving behaviors. Ultimately, 2 JSO sergeants were dispatched to the potential officer's residence to further investigate the matter.
Sheriff's Office! Sergeant. Sergeant. Sheriff's Office! Sergeant. Sergeant. Officer. Sergeant. Sergeant.
Any of these cars have any Patriot stickers on? Boston stuff? So, it's probably this element right here because it's parked in front of.
Cold hood.
What's up?
Cold hood.
It's cold.
Yeah.
I guess we call them.
After failing to make contact with the officer in person, the sergeants returned to their patrol vehicle and tried to contact the officer using an outside line.
NCIC Charlton.
Hey, this is. Can you put me through to an outside line, please?
Sure, what's the number? Hello?
Is this Zachary?
Yes.
Hey, man, it's Sergeant here with me, man. Hey, buddy. Hey, are you okay?
Order 1498. Yes, sir.
Are you at home?
No, sir. I'm working off duty.
You're working off duty. Where are you working at, buddy?
I'm working at the, Heart.
Buddy, are you all right, man? Where are you at?
Yes, sir. I'm at the Heart Bridge.
At the Heart Bridge? Okay,
Sure.
well, we're gonna come check on you, man, because we need to check on you, okay?
Everything good?
Yeah. We'll be there in a minute, okay? We're going to come check on you. We gotta check on you. All right, bud.
Okay.
All right, bye.
En route to Hartbridge, the suspect was located in the parking lot of TIAA Bank Field. A detective with the Special Investigations Integrity Unit began to question the suspect as his investigation begins.
Explain to you what's going on yet? Not at all. Okay. We received multiple 911 calls concerning your driving today, and people concerned about you being possibly impaired. Obviously, when we arrived here, you're seated in the driver's seat with the vehicle running, and so there's some concerns about your sobriety. So all I'm going to do is just take a few minutes with you and make sure that you're not too impaired to operate a motor vehicle. You understand that? Yes. Okay. Before we do it, I just have a couple quick questions for you, and then what I want to do is, because you're dressed like this and I don't want to draw any additional attention to the situation, we're just going to walk over to where that tent is and have some things. Before we do anything else, if you don't mind, will you pull your zipper up? I don't want anything to come out or cause further embarrassment. Or you can take your hands out of your pockets too, I apologize. Are you a diabetic? Are you epileptic? Do you have any medical conditions which mimic you being impaired by alcohol and or drugs? No? Okay. Do you have any physical defects or injuries that I need to be concerned about? No? Well, I'll tell you what, let's walk over there now. I'd feel better than standing out here. Do you have on any secondary weapons or anything? No, sir. Okay. You can walk over there. We're going to go right inside that tent. Spit your gun out or whatever that is inside there? Alright, just gonna stand over here. We're gonna use this line on the ground. We're just gonna stand right here for you. Right where the cross is on the ground. And then I just want you to turn and face me. Are those prescription sunglasses like mine? Okay. If you will, I'm gonna ask you to remove yours. I'll remove mine. In a little bit, we'll go on and you can put those on if you'd like. Okay. Because this is essentially a DUI investigation, just like anything else. We're just moving you here for privacy. I'm going to advise you of your constitutional rights ahead of time. Doesn't mean you're under arrest. Just simply means I want to ask you questions concerning how much you've had to drink, when you last drank, those type of things to help evaluate your sobriety. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you your rights in advance. If at the end of the investigation you're not impaired, you're free to go, no harm, no foul. Likewise, if you were impaired, then you understand where I'm coming from, okay? You understand that? Okay. You have the following rights in the United States Constitution. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked. If you're going to have a lawyer with you during any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any question if you wish. If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time to consult a lawyer. You understand that? Okay. Real quick before we get into this, as we were walking over here, you mentioned that you might have been looking down on your laptop. Okay, that's understandable. Help me understand a little bit. Is today your day off, or did you work last night? You're just continuing into secondary employment?
I did work secondary this week.
Okay. When did you last work?
About the same time yesterday.
Which was when? What time is it right now?
It's about 8 a.m.
Okay. And so you worked yesterday, what time?
6 a.m.
Okay. And did you work the same job, like work here? Okay. So you worked 6 to 9, and then did you work anything else, or were you off? Okay. And so you're just returning here today for an additional shift. And what time are your scheduled hours today?
6.
Okay. And you're responsible for traffic due to the construction on the bridge? Okay. All right. So other than that, you didn't work yesterday? Okay. All right. And where were you coming from to get here? I'm sorry?
My residence.
Okay. Whereabouts do you live? You don't have to give me the whole address. But just okay. Off of what major road? What major road?
Bowden.
Okay. So
Belford.
Bowden, Belford area. Okay. So you came from Bowden to Belford, and how did you come to get here?
Honestly, I was mistaken for a different shift. I headed up to Zone 4.
So you went to Zone 4 first? Okay. And what was your point? Is that where you normally work?
I'll work some off-duty shifts there.
Okay. So you thought you were going to a different job initially, or got yourself confused. At what point did you realize that you were supposed to be here versus on the west side? Halfway through, like halfway going to Zone 4, so you turned around somewhere on the interstate?
Yeah. So I got off at Roosevelt area,
Okay.
hopped back on I-10,
Okay.
and I started heading.
Recall having any issues driving, other than you said you may have looked at your laptop?
Besides looking at the laptop, I was distracted.
And did that occur like throughout the whole thing, or just maybe a couple times? Do you know?
Several times I was like,
Okay. And do you remember what you were typing, or who you were typing, or what you were doing?
I just kept looking at it.
Okay. Was there something on it that you saw that was?
Can I go ahead and take that from you just so we don't, I'll just turn it down or turn it off. You can put it on mute. That'll work. Thank you.
We don't need any other distraction. Let's have a kind of best interest. So you looked at it a few times or continuously, and I think the question was, do you remember what you were doing that was what you were typing, or what program you were using, any of that?
I just plugged in Otis,
Okay.
and
So you, it's all right. Otis, and were you like logged on to NBC or
it was
Premier
just
One?
careless. It was just careless.
Okay. All right, well, let me do a couple things with you real quick. I have a few more questions, but just to start, I want to do is check your eyes. If you'll stand with your feet together, your heels and toes touching, bring your toes together just like I'm standing, if you will. Leave your hands down by your side and just remain in that position, and I'll explain what I want you to do. Here in just a minute, I'm going to hold this pen up in front of you. Can you see the top of that pen up there where my finger is? What color is the top of that? Okay, it is gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this pen back and forth in front of you. What I need for you to do is keep your head perfectly still and follow the tip of the pen with your eyes and your eyes only. In other words, don't move your head, only move your eyeballs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about that?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay, all right. Here we go. Do you feel like you're following it okay?
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay. Look up here, right where that gray thing is. Keep looking at it. Keep looking at that the whole time for me. A couple more passes. Feel like you're going to get sick or anything, tell me. Keep looking at it. Great tip. Look right there. It's not moving. Right where it's at. Do me a favor. Just keep your head straight and just follow this. Don't worry about anything else. Bring your chin down a little bit. Okay. Can you see it still? Okay. Try and stand as still as you can. I know you're moving around quite a bit. Try and stay still. You can put on your eyeglasses if you need them for distance, or I can ask you put your regular, these are your shirt, if you'll put those on versus wearing your sunglasses. I'd appreciate that. Or if you don't need them, you don't have to. It's up to you.
I mean, it's up to you.
No, it's up to you. Whatever you feel like will give you the best option, but no sunglasses, either those glasses or no glasses, your choice. All right. Obviously, I know you're in good enough condition to work in law enforcement, so I don't mean to insult you, but do you have any physical defects or injuries which would prevent you from being able to do some divided attention tasks?
And I was in a car crash in 90.
In what? In 90?
I-95.
I-95, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, when was that?
About a year ago.
Okay, have you taken were you cleared to return to work? Yes?
Yeah.
Have you taken the physical agility test at the sheriff's office since then? And were you able to pass it?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be much harder than anything else I'm going to ask you to do today, okay? But I don't want to cause you any pain or discomfort, so if for any reason I ask you to do something and you're physically unable or it hurts, you tell me and we'll do something else, okay? All right, here's what I'd like for you to do, please. Using that line directly in front of you, why don't you take and place your left foot on that line? All right, now I want you to take and place your right foot in front of your left foot where your heel touches your toe. Place your hands down by your side. Remain in that position. Do not begin. Go back. Place your left foot on the line. Just follow the instructions one by one, please. Put your right foot in front of your left foot where your heel touches your toe. So left foot on the line. Right foot, heel to toe. Hands down by your side. Remain in that position. All right, let me fix you again because you're not in the right position. Put your left foot directly on the line. Put your right foot in front of your left foot where your heel touches your toe like I'm standing. Hands down by your side. Remain in that position. Do not begin or do anything else until I instruct you to do so. Do you understand? Yes, sir. When I ask you to, I'm going to have you take a series of 9 heel-to-toe steps down this line. When I say say heel to toe, your heel and toe are going to touch each time with no space in between, just like we're standing now. When you get into the 9th step, you're going to turn around as I'm going to demonstrate for you. You'll take 9 heel to toe steps back up the line. While you're walking, go ahead and get back in that position for me. While you're walking, you keep your hands down by your side. You're going to look at your feet. You're going to count the steps out loud so I can hear you. The position we're in now is not a step. When the back leg comes around, it's going to be 1. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, okay? This is what it should look and sound like. You stay in that position. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9. When you get to your 9th step, keep the front foot on the line. Use the back foot to take a series of 6 steps. Turn around. You'll take 9 heel to toe steps back up the line. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you reach 9. Once you start walking, don't stop walking until you complete the exercise. If for any reason you step off the line, just get back on and continue. There's no reason to stop or start over. Do you understand those instructions?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about those instructions? Based upon those instructions, any reason why you don't feel like you can do this? All right. If you don't have any questions and you understand, you can begin whenever you're ready. Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. I don't want you to fall. All right, let's try a different one. Come on, go back to where you were originally in that start position. All right, go ahead. Just take a step forward. Good. All right, go ahead and place your feet together, your heels and toes touching like we did earlier. All the way together. Smash them together. There you go. Place your hands down by your side. Remain in that position. Do not begin or do anything else until I instruct you to do so. Do you understand? Yes? Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Alright, this next exercise I'm going to ask you to try is called the one-leg stand. In the one-leg stand, I'm going to have you pick the foot of your choice, the right or the left, whichever one you feel like you'll do the best with. And you're going to raise it approximately 6 inches into the air, which is the size of a dollar bill or a soda can. Okay? While keeping your hands down by your side, you're going to raise your foot, wait, just listen. You're going to raise the foot of your choice, keep both legs straight, point the toe forward so the bottom of your foot's approximately 6 inches into the air, and you're going to look at the elevated foot, and you're going to count 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. Okay? During the exercise, do not sway, do not hop, and do not put your foot down. If you do, just pick it back up and keep count from wherever you left off. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Wait just a second. Do you understand those instructions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions about those? Okay. Based upon those instructions now that I've given to you, is there any reason why you don't feel like you can do that? Okay. Just as a reminder, while you're doing this, keep your arms down by your side. Look at your elevated foot. Count out loud 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. Okay? Any questions? Okay. All right. If you don't have any questions, you can begin when you're ready. All right, we'll stop there because I don't want to see you fall. Let's have an honest conversation right now. How much did you have to drink?
I drank last night.
conversation about what you drank last night. What time did you start drinking last night?
6 p.m.
What time did you stop drinking?
7.
A.M.?
No, 7 p.m. No, 7 p.m.
So you drank whatever you consumed last night between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. And you recognize the fact that you said it's close to 8 a.m. now. So what you're telling me is you haven't consumed any alcohol in the last 13 hours. Okay? In that 1 hour in which you did consume alcohol, how much did you have? How much on your best day, how much could you drink in an hour? Well, let's make it easy. What were you drinking? Let's start with that. You have no idea. Vodka, beer, rum, Jaeger, all of them. I mean, where were you drinking at? Let's do that. Home? At a bar? Okay, that's good. Drinking at home. Okay. And were you drinking beer? Maybe? No. Drinking liquor? Okay. Do you remember which kind of liquor you had, or were you mixing it up? Whiskey. Okay. And how much whiskey do you think you had? I'm sorry?
Not sure how much I had.
A little bit? A lot? A really lot? A little bit. Okay. Do you remember anything else about last night? Okay, what else do you remember about last night other than having a little bit of whiskey?
Dinner.
I'm sorry? Taking your dog, eating dinner, taking your dog out, okay? Anything else? Did you pass out? Okay. Have you had any alcoholic beverages to drink today? Not to be gross or trying to insult you. Brush your teeth last night before you went to bed? Okay. Did you brush your teeth this morning before you woke up and came here? Okay. Did you have any other alcoholic beverages between yesterday at 7 o'clock and today? Okay. Do you currently take any medication prescribed by a doctor for anything? Okay. Have you taken any medication not prescribed to you? Okay. Have you used any illegal drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy, heroin, methamphetamine, anything like that? Okay. All right. You would remember if you did. Would you remember if you took medication also? Okay. How do you feel right now, other than the fact that you're standing here talking to me, which I get is probably not comfortable, but other than that, how do you feel physically?
A bit nervous, but
Okay. You would agree, have you been trained on DUI investigations? I assume because you're certified. How do you feel like you did on that? If the roles were reversed and you were standing here evaluating me,
besides the one leg, I don't think I did very well on the one leg,
but you felt like you did good on the walk and turn overall. Okay. How many steps were you supposed to take down? How many do you think you took?
9 or 10.
Okay. Why would you take more?
I took 9.
Okay. That's a fair question. Based upon, do you have children? Okay. Based on your condition right now, would you feel comfortable putting your family in the car and driving, say, to Disney? cause a problem. I'm not gonna lie. That should be an automatic yes. If you are way too impaired to be operating a motor vehicle. So we're gonna have to place you under arrest for driving under the influence today. What I'm gonna ask you to do to keep from causing any more problems, I'm gonna ask you to remove your shirt and vest and just set it right here on this table for me, okay? Yeah, not right now. We'll get that taken care of. There's a lot of people a lot of things we have to do in between now and then, okay? Do you have a problem with alcohol? You didn't think you did? Or don't think you do? Alright, I'm going to take these and set these right here. If you will, just place your hands behind your back for me. So what we're going to do here shortly is I'm going to take paperwork just like anything else, and then I'll transport you downtown, and we'll afford you the opportunity to take the approved chemical test, which will begin with the breath test, okay? And they'll explain it. They'll explain it to you from there. You have any questions for me at this moment? Okay. Today? What time are they supposed to be here? Okay. Who's coming? Oh, where's he coming from? Massachusetts. Is that who you're wanting to try and get in touch with? Okay. We'll see what we can do to help, okay? Okay.
We'll go to
I guess I need
our place.
Yeah, I need to
Okay.
do it real quick. I'm gonna
Get his phone.
I'm gonna put the prescriptions.
Hold on.
Let's take this with us.
Okay.
Take those two, and then I'll put this stuff in the car for the time being.
Okay. His car?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll let Sergeant deal with it. I'll be there in just a second.
All right.
Excuse my French, but how
I don't have the answer to that. Detective conducting this investigation out. He'll talk to you more once we get to our office.
Following the arrest, the suspect, Zachary, was eventually transported to the John E. Good Pretrial Detention Facility, also known as the Duval County Jail. Once there, he provided 3 breath alcohol samples, with the lowest yielding a result of 0.299% breath alcohol content. In court, the defendant was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, or DUI, blood or breath greater than 0.15%. On February 1st, 2022, 7 months and 29 days after the arrest, the defendant pled nolo contendere in exchange for a DUI, blood or breath, 0.15% or less conviction. Along with a $500 fine, the defendant was ordered to pay a total of $1,281. This amount has been paid in full. Zachary was further sentenced to 1 day in jail, 12 months on probation, 50 hours of community service, a vehicle impoundment of 10 days, license suspension of 6 months, participate in a victim impact panel, and ordered to attend DUI school. On May 12, 2022, probation was terminated after exactly 100 days. Of note, the officer would later resign the same day of his arrest, after being employed with the agency for 3 years, 4 months, and 5 days, due to personal reasons.